Okay, I'm going to show you how to use this virtual lab program. If you don't see anything, if it's just a blank screen or a black box right here, it means you need to turn on flash. So to do that, go over here and click on this button and make sure to allow flash. So if it's blocked or asked, just click it on allow. This site is totally safe and you can reload it. So then it should look like this, and you have your virtual laboratory set up. So here's the different chemicals, just to orient you a little bit. We're going to be using in this lab solutions and tools. I don't think you need the glassware tab at all. So here's the different chemicals that we'll be using. Here is the cobalt chloride solution. You can see that it's pink, and we can actually look at all the molarities of all the different ions involved here. So they always show our sort of acidic content with our H pluses, our hydroxide content, our basic content, and then here are the two ions that we're more interested in. We have the cobalt hexahydrate, and that's, remember, when this is the more prevalent ion. I believe it's pink. Let me just go back and look at my, yeah. So when this is the more prevalent ion, then it's in the pink state. When the cobalt tetrachloride is a more prevalent ion, it is in the purplish bluish state. It looks kind of more purplish in this little online thing. Anyway, at this point, you can see the molarity of the cobalt hexahydrate is quite a bit higher, and that's why we see that pink color. So I'll just kind of do the first procedural step for you, and I think you'll get the idea. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to add in hydrochloric acid, stepwise. So I just clicked on, I went to my stockroom, I found my hydrochloric acid, I clicked on it, and I can have a couple up there if I want to get crazy with the HCl. All right, so then I'm going to add it here, and let's say I want to add it in 5 milliliter increments. So I'm going to pour it. And now, as I pour it, a couple things are going to change. This is a really strong acid, so I'm going to see my H plus concentration go up. It's hydrochloric acid, so not to give too much away, but I'm also going to see my chloride concentration go up as the HCl enters into solution. Well, it's in solution here, but my HCl is going to contribute both hydrogen ions and chloride ions. And I'm going to have you guys go further with it, but just as you can see, I'm going to pour it, and I'm going to pour it again. And you can start to see that a color change is occurring, right? And as that color change is occurring, notice what's happening to our two ions that we're like most interested in. Our hexahydrate, our molarity of that has gone down, and our cobalt chloride has gone up. And as these ion concentrations change, as this reaction responds to the stress of the hydrochloric acid, we can monitor them on the strict molarity level, but we can also observe them, right? Like if this were in the actual classroom, you'd actually see this color change occurring. So if I want, and then later on in the lab, I'm going to have you guys go to the stock room again, and you're going to grab a tool. Be careful with this Bunsen burner. It is super hot. Look at that, 1 kilojoule per second. Oh my goodness. So you're going to put it underneath your Bunsen. This is one of the later steps, but then you can see that you're heating your solution, and again, you can observe the ion changes. Unfortunately, our stock room does not come with any ice, so we can't cool it down, but if I move that away, then you can see that it sort of cools automatically. So if you're looking at temperature changes and you want to know what happens after it cools it down, just move the burner away and you'll see that. I think that's about it. Like I said, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. The solutions you'll need are really these three right here. You can maybe, if you want to use some water, you'll have some water available to you. If you ever want to just clear stuff off your lab bench, oh my goodness, like super dangerous to have two open flames going on. So I'm just going to click on this one. Oh, no, let me click on it. Let me just click on this one. I just right clicked it or option click or whatever, and you can remove it. So you can always organize your lab bench in any way that you'd like. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Obviously I'm in the video chat, so hit me up if you guys have any questions.